Hey folks, welcome to day 2 of our KSOO.com online experiment, bringing you a Main Street Cafe recap. If you like it, you want me to continue, just drop me a line at KSOO.com. If you don't necessarily like it, I don't need to hear from you. No, you can still drop me a line, chat at KSOO.com. But I'm just going to get into the habit of recapping in case you missed the Main Street Cafe or parts of it, some of the bigger stories of the morning. But there was one gutsy crook in San Francisco, walked into an art gallery yesterday, took a Picasso drawing off the wall, walked right out the front door into a waiting taxi cab, drove off. Police are looking for him. Don't they have any security at the front door of this art gallery? You eat out a lot? You go and eat out a lot? A lot of people eat out a lot. Well, there's a story in the news this morning about if you eat out once a week, you can plan on adding 2 pounds every single year. And you're looking at me going, my God, man, you must eat out all the time. No, it just appears that way. I'm big boned. I take after my grandpa. At least that's the story I'm going with. Here's a story out of Des Moines. Kid is lucky to be alive. 17-year-old, actually out of Altoona, Iowa. Went to a beer party, got all liquored up, and decided to take a nap on the railroad tracks. Yeah, I don't know what it is with people getting all liquored up in railroad tracks. They seem to be attracted to one another. But the kid's lucky to be alive. By the time they finally got the train stopped, the train engine went over him as well as one car. He had a few scrapes, but he's in trouble with the law. Here's a story out of Las Vegas. Government worker there took her employer to work because she said her working in a small cubicle resulted in her suffering from claustrophobia. They ruled in her favor. She gets $150,000. Here's a guy out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, arrested for biting his ex-girlfriend on the nose. Wanted to make up with her, so he went over to her place this weekend. Apparently things didn't go real well. Put her in a headlock and ended up biting her on the nose. Dude, that is not the way to win back your girl. Here's a story out of Wisconsin, another one out of Wisconsin. The guy decided to pull a prank on a lady and put on Craigslist that she was giving away her minivan and her boat. She says all these people started showing up, wondering what in the world. I found out that on Craigslist, somebody pranked her and said she was giving away her stuff. She had to put a sign on her front lawn saying, no, I'm not giving away my minivan and my boat. And she's now trying to find out who's responsible. This might be one of the best inventions of all time. Guy has created what he calls the iKini. It's a bikini that actually has a little solar cell in it that generates power, enough power to run your iPod and computer and that sort of thing. He says now he's working on a pair of swim shorts for guys that'll keep your beer cold. Brilliant, man. Genius. Also in the news this morning, big perjury trial getting underway in Washington, D.C. Roger Clemens charged with lying to Congress. He could be in some big-time trouble. Also, Wimbledon. Big announcement from the Wimbledon tennis folks yesterday. They've had their contest on NBC for the past 43 years. Starting next year, ESPN gets it. Big coup for ESPN. And big book of stuff. The first picture postcard came out on this date, 1898. There was a tabloid. I can't remember which one exactly it was. But what they did is they took postcards of sexy women and they sent them out, and they found that the postcards with sexy women took on average about 2 days to reach their destination than those that didn't have any sexy woman on the front. So I don't know what's going on down there at the post office, but you postal workers, caught. Baseball's first All-Star game held on this day, 1933 in Chicago. Candid Microphone debuted on ABC Radio this day, 1947, hosted by Alan Funt. Of course, it then moved over to television, was known as Candid Camera. All the great shows start out on radio. I've said that before, I'll say it again. And this date, 1985, Tom Green set the world record for oyster eating. Guy downed 288 oysters in a minute and 33 seconds. Went to New Orleans once. Friend convinced me to go to an oyster bar. That is the most disgusting piece of food I've ever eaten. One is it. I like it in oyster stew, but I don't like it on the half shell. And today is, this has got me written all over it, Fried Chicken Day. Fried Chicken Day. My grandma, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. My grandma made the best fried chicken. I'll tell you, when she did it, you knew you were in for a treat when she put on her apron, because when she put on her apron, it meant she was frying something. Didn't want to mark up her clothes, but she'd have grease all over the entire kitchen, on the cupboards, on the counters, on her glasses. But by golly, that was the best tasting fried chicken ever. And I want to leave you with an early morning funny. what I do when we open up the Main Street Cafe every morning at 5 o'clock is my thought is a good way to start the day is with a healthy breakfast and with a smile. So you have to take care of the healthy breakfast part. I can't help you there. I can give you some suggestions, but I can't actually come over and feed you. But I can help you with the early morning smile part. So every morning I do an early morning funny. It's kind of like you know how the paper has their version of the comics or the funny papers? It's my version, the radio version of the comics. And if you ever run across a cute little story you think would make for an early morning funny, send it to chad@ksoo.com. But Linda from London sent me this one. This is just cute. It's about Cletus and Billy Bob. Cletus is passing by Billy Bob's hay barn one day, and he looks through a gap in the door, and he sees Billy Bob doing this strip tease in front of this old John Deere tractor. Cletus is going, what in the world? Is that Billy Bob lost his mind? Well, he's watching for a while, and finally it gets the best of him. He goes rushing in. He says, Billy Bob, what the heck are you doing? And Billy Bob, startles him and looks back and says, oh my gosh, Cletus, you scared the dickens out of me. Scared the dickens out of me. And Cletus goes, well, Billy Bob, what are you doing? Billy Bob says, well, me and my old lady, we've been having some trouble in the bedroom lately. And the therapist we're going to suggested I do something sexy to a tractor. Ba-dum-bump. Thank you, Linda, for that. I'm going to leave you on that. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow morning in the cafe.